What is up, our family? Welcome to the Phlite Zone. Hit that like, give us a comment throughout the show, hit that subscribe button. Phillies winning the division? Yes or no?
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
What is going on, everybody? It's a happy Monday. Probably the last Monday of the summer or the first Monday of fall for some of us, Evan. Going back to school today.
Yes,
That's
sir.
unfortunate. I got next Tuesday. Next Tuesday I'm going back, so we'll be back in business by then. But hopefully the summer was a great summer for all of us. It was a solid summer for me. Phillies, they could have made it a lot better. They're still hanging on. They're still giving us hope. That's basically what we're going to be talking about all day today. We're going to do some fantasy football towards the end. Little sneak peek of our special episode next week with the whole fam. But first, as always, our show is brought to you by Body Check Wellness, which is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use that promo code A2D for 25% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. Show's always brought to you by Body Check Wellness. It's a great brand. Check them out, my ladies and gentlemen. We're also introducing A2D memberships for $9.99 a month. What the hell is that? You can get some amazing perks, including shout-outs, member-only shows, appearances, and weekly picks from the Money Pot podcast. Join today. It's worth it. You'll get your money back from Nate and Willie Vegas. So check them out. How we doing, Pete? Evan, what is going on today? Are the Phillies going to be going into a battle late into these innings, or are we going to squeak this one out?
Oh, it's going to be a stressful one, just like always, Jimmy. You know what I mean? Like, ever since we talked about the Phillies, you know what? After that Diamondback series loss that we had,
yeah,
all those other losses, Phillies need some milk, bro. They need some milk.
I think Andrew McCutchen needs some milk because he's limping all over the place.
Yeah.
That I don't know what it is, his knee, his thigh, his other knee, but he's literally limping all over the place. Yeah. It's been this game. Another thing about this game, and we're going to talk about this whole schedule. We're going to talk about the Braves schedule. We're going to talk about the fact how we're 4 games out of the wild card. We're going to talk about how we're 4.5 games out of the NL East standings. Mm-hmm. Braves are starting a big series tonight in LA, 3-game series. We're starting a big series tonight in Washington. Now, a logical person would think, hey, we'll sweep the Nationals, and the Dodgers should sweep the Braves. Or they could sweep the Braves. Both very realistic possible. Foul ball?
Yeah.
Foul ball? Yeah, foul ball. Both realistic possibilities. Now, Braves probably will sneak one out of LA, so they'll probably go 1-2. But there's no reason why the Phillies should not sweep the Nationals this series. And like you said before, the Diamondbacks, that Diamondback sweep, it just killed the morale of this whole team. It really did. It killed the morale of the fans. It killed the morale of me. It killed the morale of you. It killed everything. But at the end of the day, it is baseball. McCutchen? Home run?
Nope.
Nah, track. At the end of the day, it is baseball. You got to take it game by game. A loss is a loss. A win is a win. I saw Freddie Galvis' quote of the day today, and it's real. It's true. They put themselves in this position all year. They have a favorable schedule coming up. They got to take it game by game. And if you lose, you lose. If you just got to win the next day, and that's really all it has to be for the Phillies for that to happen. And you and I both looked at the schedule in depth. We're actually 3.5 games out now because Cincinnati lost to St. Louis today. So you and I both looked at the schedule for both the Phillies and the Braves. And from what I saw, there's no reason why we shouldn't win this division. Unless the Braves just catch fire and beat all the teams that are 10, 15 games ahead of them. There's no reason why you shouldn't win the division. But then again, what is this team? Consistently mediocre.
Yep.
It's consistently mediocre.
I agree.
And it's going to bring us to the poll today because I think the poll is going to be an important question. It's going to tie us into what's happening with these injuries, what's happening with our young players. We're either consistently injured, we either bring up these young players who flourish in the first 3 months that they're here, and then they just hit a wall. And with Rhys Hoskins out for the season with the sports hernia, with the surgery, which kills us because he was hitting bombs with the injury.
Yeah,
it was insane.
Yeah. Yep.
But that brings us to the question. It brings us to the question: should they recall Bohm and let him play it out at first base for the rest of the season? Now, I'm going to disagree, just because I think we still have a shot, and I think you need to throw your best lineup out there at all times.
Yeah.
Whether that's, I don't know, Didi going over the first base. You put Freddie at shortstop. Teray is at third base. Like, there's so many options that you can do. And the summer call-ups, the September call-ups will be a thing. We'll see if Bryson Stock gets called up. We'll see if Bohm gets called back up. But this team needs to piece it together because we need playoff baseball. We can't waste Bryce Harper's career here. So with all that being said, if Bohm is the best first baseman on the roster, which I still think Brad Miller's going to be outplaying him, and it's sad to say it because we all know what he did hit a home run today, but we'll see what happens. But for now, I'm going to disagree because I don't think Alec Bohm gives you the best lineup.
Yep. Yeah, that's a fair take, Jim. I agree with you. I also disagree with this poll. I just think that the players that it really would not make sense for us sending him down because he did struggle, and we sent him down to get his confidence up. And I don't think has he played even one game maybe in the minors? I don't even think he's played one game in the minors yet. So it would just be like just a confusing thing to happen. But
Maybe Brad single through
yeah.
shift.
And another thing I want to bring up, because last time we were talking about should we send Alec Bohm down, right? But this is before Freddie Galvis was even in the mix.
Yeah.
So I think my ideal lineup would be your Ronald Tarias third, Freddie Galvis short, Segura second, and maybe DD first. I mean, like, really, all these players can play any position on the field. Brad Miller can play first. Brad Miller can play after. Brad Miller can do anything, honestly. Like, any of these guys can, no, except for be consistent.
Brad Miller is consistently average in every aspect of the sport of baseball.
It's actually kind of funny because I was looking at one of these Philly memes, and it said, looking at Brad Miller, knowing he's like hitting a home run, knowing he's not going to hit another home run in 30 after like 30 strikeouts. I just thought that was the funniest thing. But dude,
we might not see another Brad Miller
of the Phillies are the Brad Millers of the world.
Yeah,
they're very, very inconsistent. They're good at some points when you need them to be. Not really when you need them to be, but they'll have those moments. But as soon as it's time to like shine, really, they're out.
Yeah,
strike out.
They're consistently mediocre. It's what this franchise has been for over 120 years. And now I got to watch Connor Brogdon come into the game. It's one of the worst things you can see personally. Like a guy who is really, really bad at what he does and makes a lot of money and then spends all that money on an arm sleeve. Like, that's my least favorite thing in the entire world. Connor Brogdon has no business getting an arm sleeve. I'm sorry. No. I digress on that. But
dude's too young. He hasn't been in the league. He hasn't been in the league long enough.
I just don't think you deserve to spend your money on tattoos.
He hasn't been in the league long enough for
that. Here's the thing. I think if they were calling it quits on the season, which obviously you can't do, then yes, I think putting Alec Bohm at first base would be the best bet.
Yeah, because you're playing
for next season.
Yeah,
you're playing to see if Alec Bohm can be a butcher on every single aspect of the field. Now, if Andrew McCutchen goes down, do you maybe bring Bohm back up in September and putting him in left field and see if he'll butcher left field as well?
That could be a possibility. I think you have to, Jimmy, because really, when you think about these other guys like Moniak or any of the Moniak, who's
Moniak, Hazley, Roman
Hazley?
Quinn,
What was the other? No, what was the other one?
Cornelius Randolph,
No,
Nick Maton,
Nick
Luke
Mayton.
Williams.
They're all the same guy to me.
Yeah.
They're all the same damn guy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And when you really look at every single Phillies game, they produce the same exact things. Not the best center fielders, because that's all we really needed this year. We would have had a great lineup if we had a good center fielder.
Mm-hmm.
We never really had that built-in solidified center fielder. And I'm not going to say that's the reason why we lost this year, because we all know the real reason why. 25 blown saves of the season, which is really unheard of since whenever.
We talked about it.
One of
We
the worst
talked about
bullpens we've probably ever seen in Phillies history. And
we
it's
had last year to see that too. So it's been year
Yep.
after year after year after year. And we talked
It's
about it 3 weeks ago. If this team didn't blow at least half of the saves, they're
Yep.
20 games above 500 right now.
Yep.
And we're not even talking about whether Alec Bohm should be coming up and playing left field in September
Mhm.
call-ups.
Yep.
It's just a sin. And Brian, how are we doing, Brian? Disagree to the poll. Let them get ready for next season. I would play Miller versus right-handers and JT versus left-handers.
That's fair.
I don't think that's fair. I think JT needs to be playing catcher every single day as long as he is healthy. As long as he is healthy. He's the best catcher in baseball. There's no excuse why you should mess around with him at first base. You signed him to be the best catcher in baseball. Put him in the position that he's best at.
Maybe you should do. We should just play him at first base when Nola's pitching, because Nola, he doesn't have it with Romuto. He just doesn't have it with Romuto.
So Andrew Knapp's going to be striking out from the left or right side.
I guess so.
He's going to be going 0 for 5 just so Aaron Nola can
That's
have.
the only way. That's the only way.
I'm so sick of the fucking divas in this town. Bunch of divas, dude. We signed a catcher for over $100 million, and you're supposed to be our ace. Pitch to that catcher, dude. Stop being a baby.
That's facts. That's facts.
He can't even block. He's the reason why we lost in San Diego and we didn't sweep the series, because he can't drop down to his knees and block the fucking ball.
Yeah.
And he's a switch hitter that's batting 150 from both sides. How can you be a switch hitter when you're not batting over 200 from either side? How?
Oh, gosh.
I'm sick of Andrew Knapp. And what did you spend? He came from this farm system too. He came from the Matty Klentak farm system.
It's funny because I have a Blue Claws signed baseball with his name on it.
I would throw it in the Atlantic Ocean. I would. That's what I would do.
Dude,
Brogdon sucks. He sucks.
Bro, we thought Brogdon.
Another guy, 1 for 5 for save opportunities. That is 20%. That is awful. He's guaranteed. He should be Connor. He should be Connor. I'm going to throw 20 pitches per inning. Brogdon. That should be his name.
It reminds me of like Conor McGregor nowadays. Like,
oh my
not
God!
good
There you go. There you
just
go.
Not good anymore.
There you go. But Connor Brogdon was never good, so there's a difference.
Oh, you're right. No, he was good for like 2 games in the beginning of the season, I think. Nah, you don't think so?
No. I just want to have an inning in the 7th, 8th, 6th where a starter threw a gem and Joe Girardi has the trust that somebody will pitch a 12-pitch inning coming out of the bullpen. And it'll never happen.
It won't. It won't, Jimmy, because we haven't spent that money to be able to have a player like that. When he said when who was it, Middlebrook and Middleton, whatever the hell his name is, all these damn people saying spend stupid money. We didn't spend stupid money on pitching. Besides Wheeler, Archie Bradley hasn't been that great.
No,
he's probably, and it's sad to say because he's probably been one of our best all season.
Yeah,
but he's just not. See, like he's average. And average is our best that we can have at that position.
Yep.
And then you have people like De Los Santos, Brogdon, that suck. And that's like and then there's like the lowest shit you can get, but we don't.
Well, the one Coonrod came back. He pitched a couple games ago. He closed out against the Diamondbacks, and Coonrod was a good addition. I think he's had a solid year when healthy, so that should be good. I love Ian Kennedy, even though he blew a
Yeah.
save the other day. We ended up getting that win. That was his first blown save with us. Ian Kennedy's pitching some fire. He has that closer look to him. He has the closer mentality to him. He is very thick-skinned, and that's what you need in a closer.
Hector Neris has been.
Hector Nervous has turned it up over the past month and a half.
We've seen it
has.
though. That's what bugs me. We've seen this. It happened in the middle. It happened in the middle.
Why? Why?
It happened in the middle of the season, Jimmy. Hector Neris had the same thing in the middle of the season. He had those like 5 games where he like didn't give up 1 run, but then he just spirals off and just shits the bed.
Yeah.
I feel like that's happened like every other month. When it gets close to the time to shine, like I said about Andrew Knapp, shits the bed. Shits the bed.
The best thing Andrew Knapp does is put the home run hats on the guy that hits the previous home run.
And
That's really all he does.
He's the seed thrower. You know when he throws seeds at the end of like when people throw home runs, he throws seeds. That's what he does. Give us a like. I've seen like 28 viewers and then 17 viewers in the last like I don't know, I just went to 28 and 17. But yeah. Give us a fat like.
Helps grow the page. Fuck with the algorithm, as the famous words of Tom Arnone.
Yep.
Greg,
give us a fat like if you want the Phillies to win.
Yeah, and we will go over this. We will go over the rest of the schedule. There's 32, 33 games left. 33 games, including this one.
Yep.
As you probably all will guess, I will have them going hot in September because that's just who I am. It's who I am as a person. I'm going to get my hopes up for this team, and then they're going to rip my soul out. So we'll see what happens. Greg, Kennedy does give up a lot of home runs, but when we've needed it 9 times out of 10, he's come through for us. So, and he's been our best reliever consistently over the past 5 seasons. I think the last consistent reliever we had was Pat Neshek. And then we let him go in free agency, brought him back the previous year, and he sucked. So Ian Kennedy, I'll take him. We could be up 3 if he gives up a solo home run, if he gives up another solo home run. As long as we win the game and he's pitching in the 9th, I don't really care.
Yeah. And those guys like that can have high ERAs, but that just sometimes ERAs don't mean shit because it's out of like unless you actually watch the game, you would understand why they had these ERAs like high.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're terrible, you know?
Yeah. I don't understand this JT playing at first base nonsense. We signed this guy to be a catcher. We signed this guy big bucks to be our best catcher in baseball.
And we also signed him for his bat, though, Jimmy.
Yes, but when he first came here, he never wanted a day off. He never did.
Yeah.
It is crunch time. It's put out your best lineup. And I don't think Marshawn or Andrew Knapp in the lineup is going to be our best lineup. That's just what that's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
JT Realmuto is your best defensive catcher. He's your best hitting catcher.
Yep. That's true.
There's just so many things. Like, if you're a professional baseball player, you should know how to play first base. That should just be a given. Anybody should be able to play first base. You mentioned it in the beginning of the show. If McCutchen can't run, he should play first base.
Yeah. And that's why we had Hoskins there, because he's slow as shit. He's slow as shit. He used to play, left field?
Yeah. I don't know. You saw Nelson Cruz shift over to first base in the interleague game. So, McCutchen go to first base. Didi go to first base. Freddie go to first base.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are our best 8 guys right now? Let's do it before we do the record.
Okay.
Obviously, I think
Harper.
It'll be Odubel in center.
Okay.
I'm gonna just base it off of the lineup I think we should do. Odubel first in center. Gene second at second base. Bryce batting third in right field. Damn.
Is this your lineup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. I guess he'd have to
Herrera
fit it
leading
all.
off?
Yeah. McCutcheon, I think when healthy, he's got to be there. Probably left field, I guess. JT batting 5th at catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie at shortstop batting 6th. Didi batting 7th at first base, and then Ronald Torreyes batting 8th at third. I think that's what it should be. I don't know if Didi's ever played first base before. I feel like it could be a very easy transition.
Yeah.
Like if you play second, you play shortstop, you play third. I'm pretty sure you should be able to know how to play first base, especially if you're throwing Brad Miller at every single position.
Yeah. I mean, Brad Miller can,
And all 8 of those guys are better hitters and better defenders than Marchand and Marchand and Andrew Knapp. And it's not even close.
Yeah.
Mr. Wing already. This wasn't even going to be a football show. Wasn't even going to be a football show.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, his bat's going to be in the lineup. And his catching equipment should be on when he's healthy. That's just, I don't know. Let's go through the schedule. Let's see what we got. It's going to be a similar show to last week with the Eagles, only this week we're going to do it with the Phillies. I have the schedule up. I have our schedule up. I have the Braves schedule up. Obviously, we're going to start tonight, and you're going to do the next 2 games in Washington. Pending a astronomically bad loss, I think the Phillies have this one in the bag. I think if Wheeler has a great day, which he had an awful day today, to Zach Wheeler's standards, you should have handled this team just with ease, and that could easily be a sweep. But we know the Phillies; they'll probably lose 1, so I got them going 2-1 in this series. Yeah. What are you thinking?
I had them going 2-1 as well. I don't think it's going to be a complete sweep like we think or like we hope. I mean, the Washington's just become that pest team now that you play within a division that always play you tough. But I just think it's going to be a 2-1. I think they will win tonight. I think they'll be fine. Yeah. It's the top of the 8th inning right now, so I think it's over. I don't know. The Phillies are the Phillies at the end of the day, but I feel confident in the next 2 games. I mean, who do you have tomorrow? Do you know?
Matt Moore versus Patrick Corbin, and then you have Aaron
Patrick
Nola
Corbin
versus.
hasn't been that great this year.
Oh yeah, terrible, absolutely terrible.
He hasn't been that great.
But knowing the Phillies, they'll probably win tomorrow with Matt Moore against Patrick Corbin, and then Nola, our ace, will come in on Sunday, and we will lose that game. I feel like that's just a Phillies thing to do. It's just a Phillies thing to do for them. You're up 2-0. Your so-called ace is on the mound.
Yep.
And Andrew Knapp's probably going to be catching, and probably several errors will go down in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. And we'll probably lose the game 3-2 or something.
That would not be cool.
So I got 2-1 right now.
Yep, so do I.
Then we go to Miami. And it looks like Gibson will be pitching in Miami, Suarez will be pitching in Miami, and Wheeler will be pitching in Miami. Once again,
I was gonna say I think that's gonna be a sweep. That's kind of self-explanatory. I think Suarez has been great. He's been great ever since he got promoted into the role. I think next year he should be considered a lock, one of the locks. He's not an ace. I wouldn't say he's an ace, but he's showing me more than Nola is showing me right now. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he is that left-handed pitcher that we want in the rotation. He got up to 100 pitches 2 outings ago. I'm not sure what he got to yesterday off the top of my head, but I do know his arm is definitely stretched out because he threw triple digits 2 starts ago.
Yeah. And that's another issue with him. Not issue, but something that needs to be addressed. His pitch count after 5 innings is insane. He does throw a lot of balls, to be fair,
Yeah.
but he does get the job done. But on those days, you're going to have to rely more heavier on your bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like Neris who are going to be put in right after him. I just think like those games you have to have Neris and then Bradley, I guess.
Yeah.
No, because
Mhm.
that's really what's going to serve you well.
Yeah.
That's what's working right now. So
Yep. And Alvarado should be coming back soon, healthy. That could help us a lot. He needs to stay consistent. It's consistency, and consistency with this team.
Yep.
If you are consistently above average in the month of September and you win series after series, which I listen, I'm predicting them to win every single series in September except for the last one.
Wow.
And I don't think the last one will matter because that series against Atlanta, you need to be up by then. You need to have a sizable lead in the division standings if you want to take this division. If you're up 2.5 games come at September 27th, I want to say. If you have a 2.5, 3.5 game lead, which you should have because they're going through a gauntlet, the Atlanta. They still have to go out west for 3 straight series against the Giants, the Padres, and Diamondbacks.
Yep.
There's no reason why you shouldn't have a lead going into that Braves series. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. The Braves have been hot, dude. They've been hot.
They have.
And that game or that series we play them at the end of the season, that's going to be huge. That's going to be like what the Mets series was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was supposed to be only us and the Mets.
Yep.
Fighting for it, but
by the way, the Mets are a bunch of creeps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Crybaby.
The thumbs down. That's just how soft can you be? How soft can this world be nowadays?
Yeah, man, dude.
You are getting booed because your team spends money, like hella money on you guys as the players, and you guys don't produce. And then when your fans start to boo you, you start giving them thumbs down when you succeed. That is just that's softer than Ben Simmons.
Dude,
quite frankly, that is softer than
There's
Ben.
not a lot of
Simmons.
things that are softer than Ben Simmons, and that is one.
But the entire Mets roster is soft.
Yeah,
soft.
Yep.
I hate them.
Yep.
And I'm so happy that their fans have to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got I'm gonna go 2-1 against Miami. I don't know the last time we swept Miami when we should have swept Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4-2 so far. Do you want to do this along with the Braves? No, we won't. We'll do the Braves separately. So I got 4-2 so far. You got Milwaukee after Miami. You said sweep in Miami?
Yeah.
Sweep in Miami. All right. So I got 4-2. You got 5-1. And then we got a 3-game set in Milwaukee. And that could be an NLDS preview. It should be an NLDS preview.
Yeah. We hope it's an NLDS preview.
Yeah.
We hope. I'm
saying another series win, 2-1. Coming to that point, they should be on a roll. They should have won 7 of their last 2, I think. Mm-hmm. 7 of the last 2.
Yep.
So going into that Milwaukee series, you keep the train going. You're up to 9-3 6-3 in my opinion.
I gotta disagree with that one, Jim. I'm gonna say just because they're gonna have that Matt Moore rotation up in there, we're gonna have our guys playing against Miami just so we can get that win. But if we play Milwaukee with Matt Moore, or any of these other scrub guys, I don't think we can win that series. Milwaukee is a good team, and they've been playing pretty well recently.
Yeah,
I just think if they kept going hot and we keep going mediocre here and there wins, I think we actually lose this series 1-2. I don't want to see it, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, this and Gene Segura letting a routine ground ball going right under his glove. I don't know if that
Golden
was
Glove
routine.
guy, right? We thought.
I mean, he's been great at second base.
Yeah.
That's a play you got to make. I think he just got lazy on that play. He's been very, very lackadaisical. And I think you start to play the way you practice. And those routine ground balls, the way he is lackadaisical sometimes, when a ball actually gets shot at him and he's doing the same thing, that's I don't know. I don't want to shit on Gene too much, but you got to make that play. Now Connor, who just miraculously pitched 5 innings or 5 pitches in the 7th inning. Let's see what he can do. You got a man on, no outs. Phillies up 7-4 in bottom of the 8th. Still holding our breaths. Still holding our breaths.
Yep.
Troy, it'll be criminal if Bryce Harper does not win MVP this year. And I know that's something that we shouldn't even care about. The only thing we should care about is us trying to make the playoffs. But at the end of the day, I'm sick of being shit on as a Philadelphia fan. There's no reason why Bryce Harper shouldn't get MVP right now. He is absolutely the sole reason why we are even in a position we are right now. He really is. The way he's come up since the All-Star break has been undeniably just incredible.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Bryce. But if he continues what he's been doing in the month of September and the Phillies do happen to squeak in, even if they don't squeak in and he continues it throughout September and we're still in that hunt, there's no reason why he shouldn't win MVP. There's absolutely no reason.
That's fair. Is Tatis playing that well right now?
He's been cold. And he's been out. Yeah. I don't know the game differential, how many games played. I could look that up right now. Let me give you guys Howie looking for a clue. I will look up the games played for Tatis and Harper. All right. After that Milwaukee series, so you got 2-1. I got 2-2, or I got 2-1. You got 1-2. Next is at home against Colorado. 4-game set. I think that's a series sweep. Now, obviously, we don't know who's going to be pitching in that series. Eflin could be back by then. That means Moore will be out of the rotation, which is just a blessing.
Yeah.
He had the no-hitter going, and then he had another win the game after, and then he's just turned into Matt Moore again, came back to earth. I got us winning. I got us in that series.
I have it written down here, but I didn't say if it was home or away. Is that?
It's home.
Is that home.
Yep. It's actually a 7-game home stretch. You got 4 against Colorado and then 3 against Chicago Cubs. And I'm saying we're clean sweeping that home set. I'm saying 7-0.
I think 3-1.
They're gonna make us start believing by then. They really are.
I don't think it's sweet. You know what, Jimmy? No. I'm not falling for this again. I say 2-2.
Well, I am.
I am.
If they go
2-2
against
Jimmy, I'm not falling for this.
If they go 2-2 against the Colorado Rockies, the season is just an absolute failure, disappointment. It's time to sell. It's time to sell everybody. It's time to sell Gene Segura in the offseason. It's time to auction off Andrew McCutchen. It's time to get rid of all those old guys, and it's time to start trading for a farm system. The only 3 guys you keep is JT, Wheeler, and
Harper. Yep.
Those are the only 3 guys you keep if you go 2-2 against Colorado. And I don't think you're going to be going 2-2 against Colorado. But if you say so, well, let's see.
Yeah, Jimmy, we didn't think we were going to get swept by the Diamondbacks, so I didn't think they had a snowball chance in hell they'd get swept by the Diamondbacks, but they did.
Look, it was an out west series. In the back of my mind, I was saying this will be such a Phillies thing to do if you lose all 3 games to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Like it had Phillies written all over it.
Yeah.
It had Phillies written all over it. If you didn't expect that, you're silly, and you haven't been watching the Phillies over the past 10 years. Actually, you haven't been watching the Phillies over the past 120 years. Troy, who do you think? You think it's Tatis? We can pull up the stats right now.
Pull them up.
I'll pull them up right now. No note radio, but when I got to make a point, I got to make a point. There's no reason why Bryce should not be winning MVP.
Mhm.
Single-handedly has kept us in this playoff race. All right. So I got 4-0 against Colorado, 3-0 against Chicago. That'll be a 7-game home set. So then I have 7, 9, 11. I got 13-3. I got them going 13-3 in their next 16 games.
You sure, Jimmy?
Yep.
Are you sure?
And I'm not backing down from it either. I'm not backing down.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta post this.
And we will post it.
Yeah.
We will. 13-3 in their next 16 games starting tonight.
I'm just gonna keep saying I hope they win. I say they're gonna win, but in the back of my mind, I know for damn well sure that they're not gonna win. I don't know.
All right. I got the stats up on Bryce and Tatis. And Tatis is a great player. He's a great player.
But the recency bias, the way that MLB just sucks him off, it's disgusting, dude.
Yeah, they should definitely get a room. All right. Bryce's WAR this year is 4.2. Tatis's is 5.2. Tatis has 14 less at bats than Harper. He has 12 less hits than Harper. He's batting .279. He has 35 home runs, and he has 78 RBIs, and his on-base percentage is .361. Slugging percentage is .633. OPS .994. Great numbers. But down the stretch, when his team is slowly falling out of a playoff spot, and down the stretch when the Phillies are staying alive in the playoff hunt, when Bryce has absolutely nobody around him, like, let's be real. Fernando Tatis has Cronenworth, has Machado, has Frazier. Who does Bryce have in his infield? Didi DeGregorius, Ronald Torreyes, Freddie Galvis. Like, we love all those names, but are they Jake Cronenworth? Are they Adam Frazier? Are they Manny Machado?
Not even close.
Are they Eric Hosmer?
Not even close.
It's not even close. It's not even debatable.
And it's easy because, like, all those other guys you named, they get on base a lot more. Like, if you look at the averages, they get on base a lot more than our infield, really. I mean, the whole lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And not just, like, RBIs going with that. More people you have on base when you're up, and the more you can score, that's the more RBIs you can get. Like, that serves such a purpose in how MVP votes should think about that. I don't know that they necessarily do. I just think they look at who has the most, but I guess it doesn't matter what team you're on, but I think that's bullshit.
No, it matters what team you're on. Because Bryce is a Philly. No Philly will ever win MVP. Unless he absolutely just runs away with it. And yeah, Tatis had a solid home run the other night, but team still ended up losing in that extra inning against the Dodgers when they need to start winning games. I know their pitching rotation is just absolutely killed right now. But where's Bryce's excuse?
Nope, none.
I mean, Bryce's best power hitter just went down for the season, and he's been out for the past 2-3 weeks. Okay, Nitro. I don't see how you could be watching the Phillies and not see how much of a difference Bryce means to the Phillies than Tatis means to the Padres. We just laid it out for you. Padres are sinking. Phillies are staying afloat. That's really how it is. And head-to-head, what have the Phillies done to the Padres? Beat them this year. 4-2. 4-2. Okay. All right. That's fine. But Bryce is MVP.
Dude, it's recency bias. That's all it is.
It is. They hear the name Fernando Tatis Jr., and it's a circle jerk. All right, so I got 13-3 between the Washington, Miami, Milwaukee, Colorado, Chicago series. There's no reason why you shouldn't go 13-3 in those games. There's not a reason why. Because guess what? If they don't sweep the Nationals this series, that tells you something about our baseball team. And I got them losing one of the games.
Mm-hmm.
And what I say about Connor Brogdon, can't get out of a fucking inning. Let's see if Archie can save it. All right. What do you have now? I'm at 13-3.
I'm at 14. Oh, I'm at 30.
You're at 10? 10-6?
No, I'm at 11.
11-5? All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then you have that series against the Mets that we all thought was going to be important for both teams, but it looks like it's just going to be important for us.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to the Friday night game as of right now. I got them 2-1 in that series. I just once again, it's hard to analyze the games that are coming up this far in advance because you don't know who's going to be pitching. But assuming Eflin comes back healthy, assuming Aaron Nola can be the ace that they were telling us he was going to be, and Zach Wheeler can still stay a Cy Young candidate, and Ranger Suarez and Kyle Gibson stays the all-star Kyle Gibson that we saw in the American League, and Ranger Suarez continues to throw triple digits in his outings, and Archie Bradley can step up, and Ian Kennedy can keep closing out games, and this offense can just continue to give you life and hope, and Bryce Harper continues to be the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be 15-4 after that Mets series.
It's just the Phillies. That's what it is.
That should be the only reason why, because it's
the only reason why. Yep. I mean, like, the bullpen isn't so much of an issue as it was 2 months ago because they're a lot more consistent. That they found a 4-man really rotation, we can say, or 5-man. I mean, they didn't have big. They didn't do much during the free agency or during the trade deadline, rather, besides get Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy as far as pitching goes.
Yeah. I mean, the Freddie Freeman love, Freddie Freeman's a great player, and the Braves are just on a roll. They're on fire. But off the predictions that we're going to be giving you, I'm predicting that the Phillies are going to steal the division from the Braves. Can you really give the MVP to Freddie Freeman after Bryce Harper just took the division from him?
No way.
He can't.
No.
And I think Bryce is keeping this up through September. Like, he's having a great game tonight. I just hope Archie can get out of this freaking inning.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, I got 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, first and second, 7-4 Phillies. Archie Bradley's on the mound.
I'm a little bit behind. I think it's like buffering.
Yeah. Nitro, Harper is the king of solo homers. That 3-run bomb looked nice tonight, though. I mean, we're explaining, like, we're looking at the series right now. You got at Washington, at Miami. Milwaukee's going to be a tough series. But that Milwaukee series, if you take 2 or 3, who knows? 4 against Colorado at home, 3 against Chicago at home. And then you go up to the Mets team, who absolutely stinks, who hates their fans, who's soft. Like, we're giving it out to you.
Mm.
People should be coming back healthy. Yes, the loss of Rhys Hoskins blows. But if Bryce puts the team on his back the way he's been doing over the past month and a half, and the starting pitching stays consistent, the Phillies are stealing the division from the Braves.
Yeah.
Because we're going to give you the Braves schedule as well.
Nice.
So, look.
The Braves do have a big haul coming up. So, if they can turn cold just in time for us to play them, I think that would be pretty huge.
There we go, Archie. Jorge Bonifacio. Unbelievable. Like, those are the names that Bryce Harper is playing with right now. The names that Freddie Freeman are playing with right now. You got Soler, you got Austin Riley, you got Albies, Dansby Swanson. Like all these MVP candidates on the other National League teams were playing with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Harper's playing with Jorge Bonifacio.
Yep.
And
Hey, I don't
Travis
know.
Jankowski. And I love Travis
Pretty
Jankowski.
fast though. We love some Travie. Travie Patty, bro. He's quick. He's Hunter
right.
Pence, dude.
All right, enough.
That's
I
Hunter
don't
Pence.
want to hear
That's
it.
our Hunter Pence, baby. What do you mean?
I don't know. I
That's
don't
our Hunter Pence.
I don't want to hear it.
Or Shane Victorino.
I got 19-4 after the Mets series. What do I got? I got 19 I got 2, 4, 6, 10, 13. I got 15-4. 15-4 after the Mets series.
I got them winning that too as well. I don't think it's
got-
gonna be a clean sweep. I think it's gonna be 2-1. So I got 13.
6.
What's 13-6?
No, 13-5.
13-5.
Oh. 13-5. Uh-oh. Another math lesson on the Phlite Zone. All right.
13-6.
Okay. Yeah,
bad.
because I got 15-4. All right, and then you come back home. You have another 7-game set at home, and that's going to be the last 7 home games of the season. 3 against Baltimore, 4 against Pittsburgh. Another 7 straight games that you should win, but you're probably not.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go 6-1 in that stretch. So that means I have them at 21-5. 21-5.
I think they may take 6. They may take 6.
They'll come back from New York on their high because look, at this point they're on fire from what I have, and even from what you have, they're doing well.
Mm-hmm. I said they're 21-8 in my book after those series.
Okay. All right. I got 2, 4, 6, 10, 13, 15, 18, 21-5. I got 21-5. So
what am I doing? What am I doing, Jimmy?
I told you it's another math lesson on the Phlite Zone. I got them sweeping Baltimore. What do you have against Baltimore?
Against Baltimore, I have them losing or not losing. I have them winning 3-1. Or no, it's a 3-game series, right?
Yeah, 3-game, and then Pittsburgh.
2-1. All right, that's what it was. 2-1.
Okay, and then you got Pittsburgh.
This guy Trump is always coming in hating.
It's because Trump's from New York.
And then I had them sweeping.
Okay. All right. So I got 21-5, and you have 2 less games than me.
I have 2 less.
So 19-7.
19-7.
Yeah. And then the Atlanta series. Now, from what I have in the Atlanta series, the Phillies will be up about 3 games come the Atlanta series. Now, if you take
that's such a hard thing to think about, though.
Look, right before we go down to Atlanta has 3 at San Francisco, 4 at Arizona, and 3 at San Diego.
Isn't that almost what we had when we went west?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is almost exactly what we had.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't have San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
3, 6. I have them going 4-6 in that road trip. Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Right before they come back home to play Philly for basically the division.
Mm-hmm.
That series is going to be for the division.
I think they'll split. I think they will win the game. I think they'll win 3-1 against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
If they play them 4 times, right?
Yeah.
I think they'll win 3.
Trump's got us
Yeah.
at 5-21 through 26.
I think it's because Biden is a Phillies fan.
That is true.
So
Biden was heavy on the Flyers Cup run in 2010, so maybe that's why he's
now he
going
can't.
against us
Now
like that.
he doesn't even know what team he likes.
And remember, bad things do happen in Philadelphia. He
Yep.
said it himself. He said it himself.
The Delaware hens or whatever.
Yeah,
You even say the right one.
I
Delaware.
got I got them winning the series against Atlanta. I got the red. I'm drinking the red juice. I'm drinking the fruit punch. I'm so starved of playoff baseball. I was literally watching World Series games last night from 2011. I was watching the Cardinals Rangers World Series games from 2011 last night. And just the environment in St. Louis of that game 6 that they had, it was just like no other. And I don't think I could wait another year.
Mhm.
I can't wait another year of watching the Phillies just fail me in September. This schedule is so favorable for us right now. And the schedule for the Braves is so favorable for us right now.
Yep.
If you win this game and the Braves lose their first game against the Dodgers tonight, you're 3.5 back. If you win this game tonight, you're 2.5 back of the last wild card spot.
And those Reds games were worth more than we really knew.
Yep.
A lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you win that series, you're within maybe a game and a half, 2 games.
Yeah. And if I remember, you had no shot in game 1 of that Red Series. Game 2 was the Matt Moore no-hitter. And then game 3, Aaron Nola, when you needed him the most, he shit the bed. And if we miss the playoffs by 1 game, if we miss the playoffs by half a game, it's going to come down to those Aaron Nola starts. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, you could blame the Rhys Hoskins injury all you want. You can blame Bryce Harper being out for a couple weeks in June. You could blame a lot of things. But the main thing, you could even blame the bullpen for blowing 20 saves in the beginning and the middle of the season. Yeah. But you're this close right now going into September. And if you're a game out come October 3rd, it's going to come down to Aaron Nola shrinking in about 7 or 8 of his starts. It really is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And Nitro, I don't blame you. I try and be as unbiased as I possibly can. But as I look at if the schedules were reversed and we had the Braves schedule and the Braves had our schedule, there's no shot. You bring up Bohm, you put him at first base, see what he can do because the season's over. But it's the other way around. You're playing all these shit teams that you need to sweep. And hopefully the Phillies hold on to this game and you sweep the Nationals now. But we'll see. Tommy says 4-2 is not going to work for him. It's true. It shouldn't work for us. It should be a sweep. You're playing freaking Miami and Washington. Both teams that are trying to lose. And the one thing that you can say that is good from tonight is they were able to rock Josiah Gray, who is a top prospect. And usually when we go against young teams with many prospects at the MLB level, we usually shrink and fail and lose. Tonight we rocked Josiah Gray. So that's a good thing.
Yep. Yeah, man. I agree, Tom. Our hitting has been it's been terrible. Ever since we had that run where our offense was amazing, it has been so bad recently. We were scoring against, I don't know what series it was, but we scored, I think, almost 15 runs in 2 games or something like that, or 3 games we scored 20 runs. It was something insane like that, but I don't even think we scored 20 points in the last 10 games. Like it's been that bad in the last 5 games, rather.
I mean, you put up 7 against the Nationals tonight, which is huge.
Yeah.
Bryce is hitting. Adubel's been hitting. Gene's been hot. I know he's had a rough game today. JT praying for his health. Hopefully he comes back soon because without JT, it's over. But yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't be right there come Brave series. There really shouldn't be. And that's why I may be sounding very biased right now, but you guys just heard the schedule you just read off. Now I got Atlanta 2-1, and then we're probably going to close out the series in Miami 1-2. Now I got them 25-8. Right now they are 63 and 61. 63 and 61, I think.
Who, the Phillies?
No, I'm sorry, 66. They're 66 and 64.
64. Yeah.
So that means they will get 91 wins and 71 losses. No.
How many? 90 what?
91 wins, 72 losses.
I don't see them getting over that 90 hump.
They have to. They have to win the division.
I don't see it, Jimmy. I think 80, 88, 89.
Evan, we just read each other to the schedule. You honestly think we're going 2-2 against the Colorado team?
I do.
Because that's going to make it or break it.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to bring us from 89 wins to 91 wins.
Yep.
Dude, you're giving a lot of credit because if you're 6-2 or 7-1 or 8-1 after this Washington, Miami, Milwaukee road set, going into Colorado or going into back to Philadelphia, playing Colorado when you're 9-1,
they've done it.
Or 8-1, 7-2,
done it.
And you split against Colorado. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
They've done it, Jimmy.
It's not going to happen.
They've done it,
bro. Alvarado's back. Alvarado's back. There we go. Let's see what Alvarado does. Dude, we're going 25-8. We're finishing 91 and 72.
What did we say? What did you say last time we did this? Do you remember your record? Because I predicted, I think 25-8.
That's what I have. 25-8.
Yeah, that's what I had a month ago for August, and did we have more? I don't think we had more wins than we did losses, did we?
Hang on. I'll give you Howie for a clue for a second, and I will give you our August record. Well, you started off August 8-0.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it was after that series. It was after the Mets series where we were playing Cincinnati and then the Dodgers.
You were 12-8 after the San Diego series. 12-11 after the Tampa Bay series in the first game against Arizona. 15-11.
Yep.
And then you're 15-11 right now in August.
Okay.
15-11 right now in August. And you have 3 games to go. 2 games to go. So if you finish off 17-11, I don't know. Yeah, Alvarado, leadoff double. We'll see what happens, guys. Just pray.
Give us a like if you think that Alvarado will lose this game for it. No, it's fine.
Hit that like button if Alvarado is going to be our savior tonight. Hit that subscribe button if you think the Dodgers are going to pull one out for us tonight. Because if all that happens, you're 3.5 games back, and you're 2.5 games back of a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you want that to happen. All right. So I got 25-8 after the season. I got us at 91 and 72. Let's quickly go through the Braves series. So they start off against LA tonight. I have them stealing one in LA. I think they're 1-2.
I agree with you on that one too.
Okay.
I think they won't win the series just because it's that East going West later starts, and the pitching for the Dodgers is they're gonna have. I think they have Scherzer one of the games.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they do. So we'll see. We'll see with that.
Yeah.
I just think that the LA's pitching is just too good right now,
Mm-hmm.
at least. So.
Yep. Yep.
And you already know that what's his face strikes out all the time with bases loaded. Who's the guy that Tom said earlier?
JT.
No, it was Freeman. Freeman always strikes out with bases loaded. So does Pete Alonso. I just think it's one of those power hitter things.
Yeah.
But I just think that a lot that's going to happen a lot actually. And they're going to be nail biters too. I don't necessarily think that any of these Braves losses against the Dodgers are going to be any blowout games. I feel like these ones are going to go right down to the wire.
Maybe.
Just because the Braves have been so hot.
Yeah. Well, they are losing right now.
They're 1-0. Tom just mentioned a few minutes ago. I'm not sure.
My ESPN app has just been shitting the bed for the past 4 days. Like I'm literally like it's not working on my phone. Like I hit the ESPN app and it just it doesn't pull up. It just goes back to my
Dodgers are up 1-0 in the second. Bottom of second. So
rather Neris in there right now. I don't like. I mean, Jose is very inconsistent.
Yeah, and another, I kind of agree with that too, because of the situation we're in right now. I don't think that having Alvarado in, or I mean, it is a pretty sizable lead. 3 runs. I mean, if he gives up 1, you take him out. But if he, I guess better now than to put him in when we're down by 1 or we're tied. You know.
Yeah, or only up by 1.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Yeah, that's another thing, Martian. And welcome to the show, Martian.
That's gonna kill me, dude. That is gonna kill me.
We can't lose to Atlanta
Losing
again.
against fucking Atlanta, dude. That is gonna kill me.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine losing this division to Atlanta, losing week 1 to Atlanta in football land?
God. Oh my God.
The only thing left that would have to come back is an Atlanta franchise in the NHL. That's really it. It's just so depressing. All right, get the depression out of the air.
Oh, that just killed me.
They're 1-2. I got the 1-2 against the Dodgers. They then quickly traveled to Colorado for a 4-game set. I would say the Braves would probably win 3 out of 4 there.
Yep.
3 out of 4.
Yep.
All right, and then they come home for a very easy homestand. They got 3 against Washington, 3 against Miami, 3 against Colorado. I'm saying 6-3.
6-3.
I say they lose 1 game in each of those series. Tom said something. I might have to turn off the chat. Is it a home run? No, not a home run yet. 3-2. I'm waiting for it. I see it in the comments. Do you see anything yet?
No.
Sorry. We both got Hulu Live. Hulu Live's delayed by like 45 seconds to a minute.
I'm on the My Teams app right now. I'm still on like an ad, so I haven't seen anything yet. Oh gosh.
Oh, I mean, just a walk. Just a walk. First and second,
just
no outs.
For them to hit a home run, that's all right.
First and second, no outs. 7-4. Bottom of the 9th, Alvarado's on the hill, and Adams is up to bat right now.
Please don't do it to us.
Yeah, just a walk. Thanks.
I just think a loss right here would just completely diminish our hope, especially if Atlanta somehow wins that game tonight.
Let me just put this out there right now. if they blow this game, I would like to personally apologize to everybody that tuned into this show for the last
We might have to.
hour.
We actually might have to delete the show and make sure that no one ever, besides maybe like the 50 people that's seen this so far, just erase that from your memory if you ever see this podcast again. Please, come on. But we're not. We're not going to talk about it because the Phillies are going to win right here. Alvarado is going to. They're going to double it up right here. There's going to be 2 outs with man on third. I think. Who's that? Soto up?
No, Adams.
Adams.
I don't even know who he is.
Throwing 100.
That's usually a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, Nitro. All right, let's get to this Braves series, maybe. Foul ball, 0-1. It's just such a shame, too, with Alvarado. Because you don't usually see a lefty that could just throw heat the way he does.
Yeah.
And he just needs to find his location. If he finds his location, this guy's an all-star.
He has been a very, very inconsistent when it comes to his ball placement.
Yeah. He's wild. He's out of control.
Pause on that, but
and Coonrod's warming up. He's probably my favorite out of the bullpen, with the exception of Kennedy. And Coonrod's another guy that can get up to the high heat, 100-mile-per-hour fastballs.
But yeah, even though there's a pause on that, but I do think that he can be that unreliable pitcher just because how he hits players left and right when they're up.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a menace. I wouldn't want to go up again. I'd probably get beamed in the face with 100 miles per hour fastball. But like,
that was a nasty thing.
Just keep looking at it. Like, he'll throw one strike right down the middle, but then he'll throw like 2 balls almost hitting you in the face, and it's almost hitting you in the leg. Like, or one's on the opposite side of the plate, not even close to the strike zone.
Yeah, and I do want to say, if somehow, some way, which I don't know, I think it's probably 40% likely that we do win this division and we do get into the NLDS. If we do lose games this way, whether it's Alvarado or Archie Bradley or Connor Brogdon, that just blow leads after starters have great outings, that's just going to kill this team.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to kill the morale of this team, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I want to feel the pain in the playoffs. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
happy
valid
to be there, honestly. Because
could you imagine? Could you imagine if it's Game 3 of the NLDS right now, and it's the Brewers instead of Washington, and we're up 7-4?
I
don't know.
Come on, boys. Come on.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Did he tie it?
I'm not gonna say anything. Oh. Yeah. I was a little nervous there. I didn't know if he was gonna give it to him.
Golf clap.
Soto's up.
Philly sports passion. I think the only way we were to play the Giants is if we make it to the wild card game and win the wild card game against the Dodgers. Because the only way we play the Giants would be in either A, the NLDS, or B, the NLCS. And the only way we play it in the NLDS is if we're one of those wild card teams. If we win the NL East, we're playing the Brewers. So, yeah. And if we lose to Gabe Kapler in the playoffs, this is where Alvarado has to step up. Alvarado has. Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me.
Oh, so close.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
That was a good throw to second. I thought he was gonna.
Who threw that? Was that Alvarado that threw that, or Martian threw it? My boy Brad Martian.
Yeah, Brad Martian. Are they trying to review that?
It bounced off the plate first. I think if it bounces off the plate,
They're not reviewing it.
well, yeah, he was safe. But that could have been a foul ball. I don't know. I don't know.
I guess not. They just gotta strike Josh Bell's ass out. Or Drake Bell, or the hell his name is. Drake and Josh. Get him the hell out. Let's go.
Dude, if we lose a playoff series to Gabe Kapler and that old ass team, that team's just filled with a bunch of old heads.
Yeah. Buster Posey.
Buster
He was
Posey,
cool.
Evan
You were cool when I was
Longoria.
young. You were cool when I was like 12.
You got Buster Posey, Evan Longoria, Brandon Crawford, Brandon Belt. It's unbelievable. I can't believe they still got Bumgarner. Like they might as well have kept Bumgarner. They got everybody.
Yeah. They should have just got Jose Bautista too. Like, put him on your DH or something. Or not DH. Put him as a bench player.
Like they got what's that guy's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Play for the Phillies, first baseman Darren Ruff. They got that scrub, and he's hitting home runs for them. He's hitting home runs for them. Like what the hell is that?
Yep,
the Giants will not dominate us. Like until I legitimately see them win a playoff series, I still think they're just a bunch of fakeness.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Jose.
Ooh, let's go.
Come on, Jose. 1-2 count. I got 2 outs, first and third, 7-4 Phillies, bottom of the ninth. Jose Alvarado on the mound, looking to close it out. Come on. Oof. That was a horrible pitch. Horrible. Looking like we won.
Sorry, I just sneezed.
It's all good. I'm surprised you didn't put Howie looking for a clue. It looks like we won. I'll wait until we get my reaction because, Hulu Live. And then we will go back to – we'll do some Braves-Dodgers live reaction till we end the show. And then we will also talk Brave schedule and then do some fantasy football. There we go, Alvarado.
Nice.
I like how we got out of that inning. You allowed 2 quick base runners, first and second, and then you get 3 straight outs. That's a great
Brad
win.
Brad Miller, 3 for 3, 2 RBIs and a home run. Harper, 2 for 5, home run, 2 RBIs.
Wow.
Not bad. Not bad.
They have had exactly 7 runs in their last 5 games. Is that what I just read? That's unbelievable. Daddy Brad, player of the game. Home run, 2 singles, 2 walks, 2 runs. I'll allow it.
Yeah. For now.
Let's see him do it against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Let's see him do that 2 games in a row.
I want to see our record against teams that are over 500 versus teams that are under. I'm pretty sure the teams that are under 500, we have a worse record for, or against, rather. Phillies. Martian. That's the catcher. Martian.
Brad Martian.
Yeah. That's
all right. We got all right, so I got 1-2 against the Dodgers, 3-1 against Colorado, 2-1 against Washington, 2-1 against Miami, and 2-1 against Colorado for the Braves. Mm-hmm. So that would be their next 7-10. That would be their next 16 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I have them 10-6 in their next 16. For the Phillies, I had 13-3.
Wow.
So
it's not bad.
All right. So I got 10-6 after Colorado. What are you thinking?
After Colorado, I think 11-5. I don't know. One game really won't I guess it will mean some.
It will.
It will mean some because that's just how tight the game's going to be, or the division's going to be at the end of September.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, dude, we better hope that the Braves do lose those games and we actually win the games we're supposed to win, which we haven't been doing. That's what we haven't been doing, which we haven't done since 2009, quite frankly. But
Yeah. All right, I got 10-6, and then that's when they do their road trip out west at San Francisco for 3, at Arizona for 4, and at San Diego for 3. Like I said, I got them going 4-6. I think they go 1-2 against San Fran, 3-1 against Arizona, and I think they get swept by San Diego. I think by that time, San Diego is going to be in full gear, trying to get that last wild card spot. They're going to be firing on all cylinders. It's going to be in San Diego, and we all know how San Diego's crowd is right now. They're insane.
yep.
So I got them being swept by San Diego. So I got 4-6.
Really,
Yeah.
really, I don't see them getting swept, and I think they split. So I think they go 5-5 on that. I do think that they will sweep the Diamondbacks,
Okay.
but I also have them winning one against the Dodgers and one against the
San
Padres.
Diego. All right.
Yep.
So I got them 14 and what do I got them? 10-6. I got them 14-10 right now. I'm sorry, 14-12 right now. So they're 14-12 going into the Phillies series.
Mm-hmm.
That means we're up. That means we're up 3 games from what I got.
3 games.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
And for me, they're up by
Who, the Phillies?
the Phillies are only up by, I said either a game, I think 2 games.
Okay.
Or no, would it be? Yeah, 2 games.
All right.
Or a game and a half, 2 games. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
We still have a few rainout games, don't we? At the end of the.
I don't think we have any doubleheaders left.
Okay, as of now, so
we might have one against Pittsburgh in that Pittsburgh series, but I don't think so.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got them up 3 going into that Atlanta series.
I don't know.
So
I do not know about that. It just seems too good to be true.
I don't know, dude. Welcome in, everybody, after the Phillies game. Huge win. If you're just joining us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're feeling a Phillies division win. Right now, Dodgers up 2-0. Dodgers hold on to this lead. It is only the top of the 3rd, but if they hold on to this, we are 3.5 games out.
Mm-hmm.
And the Braves still have to play 2 against the Dodgers, and we still get to play 2 against the Nationals. So to begin this week, these Phillies should really only be a game and a half out.
Yep.
Going into September. And if you're just joining us, we read you the Phillies schedule. You got Washington, Miami, Milwaukee, Colorado. Milwaukee's going to be tough. You need to win that series against Milwaukee. But you got Colorado, Chicago, New York, which is filled with a bunch of scumbag players, softies. Baltimore,
Baez,
Pittsburgh.
I hate him.
Dude, I liked him. I liked him. And then he turned soft.
Yep. Dude, that's because they didn't – I don't know if Wrigley Field wasn't yelling at him enough, or I don't know, because he's been a bust for them, honestly.
Yeah.
I was looking at his he was hitting like a 210 in the last 15 games, a 210, but he's just recently in the last 2 games went on a little bit of a hot streak. But that guy's – imagine him in Philly doing that.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't even be able to play. We'd have to send him down, dude. He'd go play for the Blue Claws or something.
Yep.
He would not be playing.
Real quick, 29 viewers on YouTube, only 21 likes. Let's please get 8 more likes for that. For every like, it'll be one less conversation we have about Carson Wentz this year. So for every like, I'm not saying his name. So Just take that for how you see it. So going into that Atlanta series, I have the Phillies up 3 games going into that Atlanta series. If you take 2, you win the division. Right?
Yep.
Because if you take 2 out of 3, you're up 4 going into the last 3 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, money. It's money time. Money Pot Podcast.
Money Pot, maybe.
Check them out. They give you all the picks. But yeah, you have
Hopefully they'd be picking the Phillies to win, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope. That's all I can do at this point. I hope. Just hope.
Yeah. Nitro, we got a lot of doctors on Twitter, apparently. Look, you take it for what you leave it. I'm vaccinated, if anybody wants to know. If you want to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you don't want to get vaccinated, I'm not going to say a word to you. What the NFL is doing is just it's going to be a bluff show. Because what are you going to have DeAndre Hopkins not play games? Are you going to have Carson Wentz not play games for you? Are you going to have Lamar Jackson not play games come Sunday because of COVID protocol because they're not vaccinated?
Yeah. That's infringing on rights. Like, you can't really do that.
It's just rights or no rights. It's just ridiculous. It's going to be a pissing contest with the NFL this year. It really is. Because if you take Lamar Jackson out of games on Sundays, you're losing a lot of money, NFL. So let's see how far you go with it. Yep. And all the doctors on Twitter, nobody cares about your opinion. Doctors, I say. Nurses, I say. Nobody cares. Sorry, I had to get that out there.
No, yeah. I agree.
And it's not even about the vaccine status. It's about the money in the NFL. And that's what I'm more worried, not even worried about. That's more what I'm interested about.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they might keep guys like Colt Beasley, DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Jackson, Carson Wentz out of football games this year because of COVID protocol.
They won't.
Because they're not vaccinated. It's whatever. We don't got to talk about that. This is a non-political show. This is sports. Like I want to keep sports in sports. I want to keep the politics out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to because of how much these leagues have transitioned into the politics, but it might be unavoidable come football season because if we have guys that are unvaccinated on our team that are out because of the I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right.
I don't know. It's just a weird time.
Mm-hmm. Said it.
Yeah. So that's really what should be happening with the Phillies. Braves have Dodgers, Colorado, Washington, Miami, Colorado again, and then they have San Fran, Arizona, San Diego, us, and New York. We need to win the games that we should. If we do, there's no reason why we shouldn't go at least 25-8.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't say this enough, Jimmy. I really hope we're right because last month we were dead wrong by at least 12 to 10 games.
But I mean, what do we say? They're going to be around
20. I said 25-8. I think. Yeah, I said 25-8
for the little stretch that we did.
Yeah.
Going into the Mets series?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, that was after the Mets series.
Another home run, Mookie Betts, baby. 3-0 Dodgers. Yep, 3-0 Dodgers.
He already hit one, so he has 2 now.
I don't know who hit the first one. I don't know who scored. All right. But yeah, there's no reason why. The only reason is the Phillies themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. Philly sports passion. We're gonna keep the COVID out of it, but it is a good point.
Yep.
It's gonna be tough with fantasy football. We are gonna do a little fantasy football special next week on the Phlite Zone. We're gonna do our A2D draft. So make sure you guys tune into that. That's gonna be a fun time. I think it's an 8-man league. I don't know who's going to be in it off the top of my head. I think it's me, you, Ralphie, Tommy. It's going to Ryan. It's going to be fun. There's 3 others that I can't. Frank, I think is going to be in it, and it's going to be a fun show, guys. So make sure you tune into the Phlite Zone next week. Going to be a fun fantasy football draft. I've never done an 8-man league before. I've always ever done 10, 12, and 14. I've never done an 8-man. I've never done an 8-man seriously. So we should see what happens. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm staying away from any star player that's unvaccinated because that's just how it's going to have to be. Because they're going to keep these guys out of the games, whether you think it's right or you think it's wrong. It's going to happen. There's nothing you and I can do about it.
Nope.
So,
Right,
yeah.
man.
Muncy, Will Smith, Mookie all hit the home runs.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's going to be a deciding factor. I don't think a lot of there's not as many people doing fantasy football this year, just because of that, and it sucks because
I mean, they had a whole football season last year.
Yeah,
and there was no vaccine, but it's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Gosh.
And Matthew, this is why you don't do fantasy football drafts 2 weeks into August. That is exactly why you don't do it.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I love ATN. I wanted the Eagles to draft ATN in the second round, but he didn't even make it to the second round.
No, he was what was he early?
He was mid first round,
27th pick or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was something. I thought he was mid first round, but he was in the first round. Drafted to play next to his quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. I think when he comes back healthy next year, he's going to be a clone of Alvin Kamara. He's going to be a monster. He's going to be a monster.
Definitely see that.
So make sure you steal him in your fantasy drafts next year. James Robinson, he's obviously his draft stock's obviously going to go up because ATN is going to be out.
Huge. They still have who else is still on that team? Carlos Hyde is still on that team.
Yeah, they got
someone was saying that he was getting a lot of touches during practice too, but I don't believe that. I think James Robinson was going to split with Travis.
Yeah.
TM, but now I think it's just going to be Robinson.
He's going to be a workhorse
all over again, just like last year.
Yeah, he's going to be a workhorse. I think if you're at like the 6th pick, you take Travis Kelce.
6th pick, but after Travis Kelce goes, then I think it's the tight end. Like you're going to have 3 tight ends picked right after that.
Nah. Waller and Kittle, because Travis Kelce has to be a first-round pick. I drafted Kelce in a 12-man league, 8th, and then I drafted Eckler, and then I drafted Kyler Murray. And then I still ended up with David Montgomery as RB2, and then I ended up with Cooper Kupp and Tyler Boyd as my wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. I think Travis Kelce, if you have between the 6th and 9th pick, Travis Kelce's the way to go. Because having that tight end is just insanely valuable. I think I've learned that over the past 3-4 years. Having that one tight end is just insane.
Yeah.
And then I think you go with one of those quarterbacks in the 3rd round, whether it's because Mahomes is going to be gone in the 2nd. So you can hold off and get Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, or Lamar Jackson.
Do you think that Run CMC is a lock first pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I've done a draft for my cousin. CMC was the first pick. I've done my first fantasy football draft. CMC was the first pick.
Who would be the second? Is there a debate around that?
See, I think a lot of people. I would take Kamara second.
Alvin Kamara.
It would be Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, and then Derrick Henry.
I know. But I mean, unless Julio Jones gets hurt again like he does every single year, you're going to see Henry get a lot more touches.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you really got to look at it like that. Julio Jones hasn't had a healthy season the last, I think, 3 seasons. Like he hasn't had a year where he played all the games.
Yeah.
In the past 3 seasons.
So I think in this order, the draft should be McCaffrey 1, Kamara 2, Dalvin Cook 3,
Someone said Ezekiel Elliott 4.
I'm not touching Ezekiel
No.
Elliott with a 35-inch pole.
No.
35.5-foot pole.
Barkley at 5, 4.
No. No. Maybe. Debatable. He's just you never know because that offensive the quarterback stinks. Offensive line is what it is. You never know with Saquon. So I got McCaffrey, Kamara, Cook. I think you go Adams 4, Henry 5, Kelsey 6. And then you maybe go for the Saquon, Ezekiel Elliott, Nick Chubb. Then you start going for those guys.
Mm.
And then if you have a late round pick, I think you have to go wide receiver 1, running back 1. So if you have the 12th pick, you maybe go Nick Chubb, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. Where do you think Robinson fits into that?
James Robinson?
An early 3rd round?
Yeah. I mean, I'm taking Robinson over Jonathan Taylor. Mm-hmm. I'm taking Robinson over Antonio Gibson. I'm taking do you take Robinson over Eckler?
I don't know. I don't know if Eckler will necessarily be sharing touches with the other guys over there in LA, but like they have other solid running backs.
Yeah.
But so does the Colts. Like that's why I don't really trust a guy like Jonathan Taylor. He has Naheem Hines.
Because they got Hines and then
Wilkins.
Mack. They got Marlon Mack, Christian Wilkins.
Yeah,
they got a bunch of guys.
I don't think that's a safe draft, just because I think it will be like one of those running back. What do they call them?
Committee.
Running back committee. But
so ESPN Fantasy Football has Dalvin Cook 1, Christian McCaffrey 2, Derrick Henry 3, Kamara 4, and I think Kamara should clearly be 2.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Winston or Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
He just went off last year. He literally went off.
Yep.
After Kamara, they got Barkley 5, Nick Chubb 6, Aaron Jones 7, Zeke 8, Jonathan Taylor 9, Eckler 10, Gibson 11, Najee Harris. That could be interesting.
I don't know about Najee Harris. I really don't know because that Steelers offensive line is getting old. And I just think there's such a because like that's the same reason why James Conner didn't work out, and they haven't had a good running back since Le'Veon Bell in 2016.
Yeah,
So,
I think Ridley's gonna have a monster year this year, pending pending Matt Ryan's health. Najee Harris, he's projected the 12th best running back right now. 12th best. And then you got Mixon at 13, Edwards-Helaire at 14, David Montgomery 15, Miles Sanders 16, Josh Jacobs 17. Still no James Robinson.
Was this like this had to be after or before?
Dude, it's the
Harrison King got hurt.
So I'm just looking right now at the available running backs in my one league that I haven't drafted in yet. Mm-hmm. So they have these guys in order based off of projections for week 1. So
do they think Trevor Lawrence is going to throw it more than hand it off? I really don't know. I guess it really depends on what the coach is like. Urban Meyer's like. I thought he was more of a. He's not scared. He's not scared to run the ball.
Yeah,
but I mean, I just think that Jacksonville's so bad still that they'll find themselves throwing the ball a lot more than running. So maybe that. But even though, like, I think James Robinson is going to be just like the same as Austin Eckler's in right now. They're both RB1s, no doubt about it. Even Miles Sanders. I do think that James Robinson has a little bit of an edge on Miles Sanders right now.
I'm not touching Miles Sanders.
Yeah. Just because it hurts runs himself.
Well, here's one thing that I've always like tried to promise myself when it comes to fantasy football. I will never draft an Eagle unless it's Jake Elliott or it's the defense.
Mhm.
I'll never draft an Eagle because I don't want fantasy football to ruin the Eagles games for me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to touch Devontae Smith. I don't want to touch Jalen Hurts. I don't
Mhm.
want to touch Goddard. I don't want to touch Sanders.
Yep.
None of
Now that being said,
them.
I know it was. I think it was maybe. It was with Daly, but do you think that Hurts is a top 15 fantasy football running back or quarterback? I think was it pick or quarterback? I
Quarterback.
forgot what the boys asked. One of the poll questions was.
Um, I
What are you ranking? Yeah, what do you rank him in the quarterbacks
all right, let me bring up the
for
quarterbacks
fantasy?
real quick.
So
By
I
the
think
way, I think third round, that's when you get either Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, or Lamar Jackson. If
mhm,
you can get Kittle with your 8th pick, maybe
mhm,
get a solid running back in the round 2, and then you get a quarterback in round 3, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, you're set for the year. I think that
yep,
is the way to go.
yep.
No, Mr. Wing,
He did
he never did that
with the
ever.
7th round pick.
I actually did draft Wentz with my last pick this year for my 12 man. So I got Kyler Murray and then Carson's my backup. So Ertz is
Always
also
a
my back. Ertz is also my backup tight end. I drafted him in the second to last round.
wow.
Quarterbacks. So
Well,
Mahomes,
let's just go down the line. Go down the line. All right, Patrick Mahomes,
Mahomes. He'll be
obvious.
1.
2,
Josh
Murray.
Allen.
Oh,
Josh
Josh
Allen
Allen.
or Kyler Murray.
Okay,
They'll
so that's
be those will be the top 3, and then Lamar Jackson could have a bounce back year because he did have a terrible year last year fantasy wise
Mhm,
for himself.
mhm.
So they'll probably be the top 4 quarterbacks unless Dak Prescott is magically healthy.
Yeah, I think it's disgusting that people remember that one post I sent you. I
Yeah,
thought that was disgusting how somebody came at number one. Like, I want what they're smoking, dude. Like,
yeah,
how was that?
yeah. I don't know what that was, dude. We all know what that was. We'll save that for all fair conversation.
Yeah,
So yeah, Mahomes 1, Allen 2, Murray 3, Jackson 4. I mean, they got Rodgers 5th. Do you think Rodgers has a down year this year, fantasy wise?
I think so. I do think so, just because like they haven't added anybody notable on their offensive line or on their offensive like they still have the same really roster when you look at it.
Yeah,
Um, I know he was bitching and all that, but at the end of the day, he still does have the best wide receiver in the league, and he has also a top 10 tight
top
end.
10 running back, top 10 tight
Uh,
end, top 10 running back, top 5 offensive line.
Yep,
I I I would I would drop the stock on Aaron Rodgers
yep.
if I could.
I think you can
Um,
get him in the 4th or 5th round, maybe 5th round.
a quick sleeper because for the LA Rams bringing up Stafford. Quick
Yeah.
sleeper, Sonny Michel. Sonny Michel is their
Mhm.
RB1, and he was
Yep.
falling in every single draft that I've seen so far.
Hmm.
Sonny Michel's fallen.
Yep. And their
And
their offensive line is decent,
yes, their
and
offensive line is decent.
you'll find them winning a lot of games where they'll try to run down the clock and run the ball. So
Yes.
I wouldn't be
They're
surprised if his draft stock goes way up and people find to realize that he is a pretty good option for
yeah.
maybe you can get him maybe in the 6 or like you can get him late
Dude,
because people are sleeping on him right now. Like you said,
I'll tell you what I got. I got him in my 12-man league. What the hell did I get him in?
you may have
I
got
got
him
him. I got him
7th,
late, dude. I got him
7th
late.
round.
Um, let me see. Let me see. I drafted him 105th. So divide that by 12. I got him in 8th round, maybe 8th or 9th.
8th
I got
round.
him in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Sonny Michel, pending health, he could be a solid RB1 for people.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's get back to the quarterbacks. All right, so Aaron Rodgers, do you think he has a better season than Hurts? As
Aaron
fantasy
Rodgers.
wise, Aaron Rodgers or Hurts?
I say Hurts just because it's going to
The
be kind of
the rushing threat.
yeah. I just think that he has that running upside, whereas Rodgers doesn't have that. But at the same time, you could argue that Rodgers, like we said earlier, has the best one of the best, a top 5 running back, and the best wide
Receiver in the game.
receiver in football right now.
Yeah,
And he has a pretty good offensive line. So, and really, there's a lot of going to the Eagles because Eagles don't even have a top 30 maybe wide receiver as of right now
yeah.
because Smith is unproven. But yeah, I don't know.
5-0 Dodgers. By the way, I don't know if we said that. Corey Seager hit a 2-run bomb
Wow. Who's pitching?
for the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Urias.
he's getting lit up.
No, for the Braves. I don't know who's pitching for the Braves. Urias is pitching for the Dodgers, though.
Whoever it is getting lit up.
I mean, 4 home runs. All right. Let's keep Prescott out of the conversation for now, just because we don't know his health.
Mhm.
Russell Wilson or Jalen Hurts?
Russell Wilson. I do think it's Russell Wilson just because, kind of like with Rodgers, he does still have that upside where he can run here and there. And he has DK Metcalf and Lockett. So why not?
The Smiles pitching for the Braves. And yeah, going back, and Smiley sucks. I can't believe we ever traded for him last year. When we were, if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. Terrible Phillies. But we're done with the Phillies for tonight. Yeah. Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson. He's got Lockett. He's got DK. He's got a healthy Chris Carson. The only question is going to be that offensive line.
Yep.
Now, if you tell me that the Eagles are going to have a better offensive line than the Seahawks, and the Seahawks have the same exact O-line problems as they did last year, I think Hurts is going to have a better fantasy season than Russell.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because I know that was an issue at the end of the season last season when they weren't getting it done because Russell wasn't having that time. And I don't know. That may have been the start of the trend downwards for Russell Wilson's career. Kind of sucks to say because he's a great player, and we've both grew up watching him for a long time. But he can only run so much now that he's, I think, 32.
Yeah,
He's up there 32, 33.
The minute he lost his elite defense and that elite defense started to get older, that's the minute he couldn't get to NFC Championship games.
Yeah.
So it sucks to suck, but
yeah,
he's a great quarterback. I would take him on the team in a heartbeat, especially with our healthy offensive line.
Yep.
But I don't know. I'll take Hurts. I'll take
any other quarterback. Age will get to him besides Tom Brady.
Yeah, and I'll take Hurts fantasy wise over Russell. And this doesn't mean that I'm crowning Hurts to be the next Michael Vick or the next Russell Wilson. By the way, I'm just this is just under the assumption that Hurts fulfills the stature that is given to him by his legal team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tom Brady or Jalen Hurts? I got Brady. There's too many weapons there. His offensive line is healthy.
Yep.
Fresh off the Super Bowl. Yeah, there's going to be games where they don't really show up. Not show up, but games that they'll probably not take as serious as an important game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm taking Brady. Too many weapons, and he's proven to not slow down now. So,
yep, I agree. I do think that Brady has more of an upside than Hurts, even though that the NFC East is a shitty division. I do think that the NFC South is just going to be the next NFC East because really, if you look at it, the Saints, they suck. Besides the Bucks, who else really has a chance? I mean, everyone's saying the Panthers.
They could be a dark horse. They could
be a dark horse to make the playoffs, maybe, but I don't say anything else besides that.
If that Falcons offense stays explode and comes back to what they were 3 years ago, maybe. But their
Unless
defense
Kyle
still is.
Pitts can do everything, I don't see them even winning 6 games this year. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's another interesting name, Kyle Pitts. He's probably going to be the fourth tight end taken off the board.
Yep.
I'd maybe
Do
see
you
if
have
he
him?
can,
Do you have him over Goddard?
yeah,
Really?
just because there's too many unknowns on this offense, so you never know who's going to get it.
Who's your top 5 for tight ends? Actually, do top 7 because we already know like how the top 3 will go.
Yeah.
So obviously it'll be Kelsey.
Wait, let's finish the quarterbacks real quick. So we still
Okay.
got Herbert, Tannehill, Stafford, who we think that'll probably be around that 10 range with Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm taking Stafford over Hurts. I'm taking Herbert over Hurts, and I'll take Hurts over Tannehill. So when he comes down to it, I think Hurts is the 10th best quarterback fantasy wise.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would take him over Tannehill, just because Tannehill has AJ Brown.
Yeah,
He has
Julio.
Julio Jones. He has a good running back.
Yeah, maybe.
It's going to be that could be interchangeable because yet again Jalen Hurts' running can be an upside of his fantasy points each week.
Well, yeah, it's first read covered, and then he runs. So
Yep.
This could be a fantasy football season that maybe Lamar Jackson had in his first year. We don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right, Kelsey obviously 1, Kittle 2, Waller 3, and then it comes down to Andrews, Pitts for that 4th spot.
Andrew Pitts, Gesicki, or no? I think Gesicki and
Well, you got Hawkinson, Logan Thomas, Noah Fant, Tunyon, Goddard, Gesicki, Jonnu Smith, who was Titans tight end last year. He moved to New England,
Patriots?
so let's see what he can do.
Yep.
And then Gronk. So those are like your 12 right there.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust Gronk, honestly.
I wouldn't touch. I mean, maybe a late pick.
Yeah, I drafted him last year, and I regret drafting him. But I had actually the worst draft going into week 1, but I actually still ended up winning the league. So
good for you.
Anything's possible. You could have a shitty draft, and
dude, I
drafted Drew Brees,
and you still won.
I still won.
Jesus.
But guess who? Everyone's saying I think it was you. I think it was actually you because I was saying, like Tyrod Taylor goes down. Should I pick up Justin Herbert? You're like, no. I picked up Justin Herbert, and this dude went on fire, and I had him as QB1 the whole rest of the year.
I don't recall.
It may have been somebody else. I don't
recall. I think I was high on Herbert. I don't remember. We could check the tape. We could check.
Tyrod Taylor got hurt.
All right. So Kelsey, Kittle, Waller. I got Pitts and then Andrews. So those are my top 5. And then I think Hawkinson, Thomas, Fant, Tunyon, Goddard, Gesicki, Smith. They could all be 6 through 12. I think you'll be safe drafting any of those guys come 7th, 8th, 9th round. Mm-hmm. But if you want a consistent tight end, I'm taking Travis Kelce, 1st round pick. Yep. I want Iguodala.
You mean Iguodala? But no, yeah, I agree with that one. I just think that would you say that Kittle's over Waller right away? Like, are they like interchangeable in your opinion?
I still think I got Kittle. Everybody's saying that I don't think 49ers will be as good as they were 2 years ago, but I think pending health, Kittle can still put up the numbers that he's been putting up.
Also, Kittle did have that injury last year. That could raise some concern, whereas Waller had a pretty good season.
Yeah.
I think he was ranked number 2.
that's another thing. That's another risk that you take in drafting a tight end in the first 3 rounds.
Mhm.
If they get hurt, that
That
screws your
pick
team
was wasted,
ultimately.
pretty much. Yep.
Absolutely wasted. Because if you were to draft Saquon first overall, you still got a bunch of running backs that you could fill in those round 2 slots and the round 3 slots.
Yep.
That tight end spot, you're screwed.
Yep.
So, but I'm still taking Kelsey. Best case scenario, you take Kelsey, 8th overall, and then you take an Austin Eckler.
That's fair. Now, what else? Defense?
I know somebody did say real quick. I know somebody did say where you drafting Diggs. I'm drafting Diggs.
Maybe late second,
See, I'm thinking early second.
early second.
Early second.
Where do you have him? Who do you have him in a group with? Do you have him with Hopkins and Tyreek Hill? I honestly think Tyreek Hill. It should be Adams, Tyreek Hill, Hopkins, Diggs.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think those are the best 4 or 5.
Yeah, and I'm not trusting Julio Jones this year. I don't trust his
No.
health enough to have him even be a top 5 round pick. I'm taking AJ Brown before I take Julio Jones.
I think that's fair. AJ Brown, I know he was hurt a little bit last year, but when he came back, he was producing.
Yep.
Um,
No, but I also have DK Metcalf in that area
oh
with
yeah, DK Metcalf is
with Jones and
would you
AJ Brown
take?
and Ridley.
Yeah, Calvin could be a not a sleeper. He could be the most underrated wide receiver in those tiers. But do you have DK over Diggs?
No, I don't have DK
Yeah,
over Diggs.
neither
Just
do I.
because of the fact that Diggs is more just that guy and everyone knows it. He is the obvious wide receiver one, whereas DK can have those games where he's not getting the ball thrown to him as much, and it's all going to Tyler Lockett. You know,
Uh-huh.
Tyler Lockett. I actually ended up drafting him last year, and then I ended up trading him for Miles Sanders, and it actually ended up helping me a lot because Tyler Lockett. It was after his 52 game, like he went on a
Yeah,
tear
it's fair. He had a
and
game
had
where he
like
had
40.
he had 3
Yeah, 3
touchdowns.
touchdowns like for 3 games straight or something like that. And I
Yeah.
traded him after his stock was really high because my running back went down, but then I ended up getting Sanders and then I picked up Montgomery.
Hmm.
So that all ended up being good with that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's answer this question for it because I know I want to get to defense and kicker after because defense and kicker can win you week after week after week. Because if they're putting up 20 points, that's a huge 20-point swing that you could have. It is a gamble, and all this is going to be a gamble. But if you could try and take the best position possible at those QB, tight end, kicker, and defense, you're on your way to a championship.
Yep.
It's pending health and it's pending whether they show up. So, and for
Yep.
Smith or Chase, I don't know, because Chase seems like he has a dropping problem. I think the fact that he opted out of the COVID season could hurt him. Maybe he's just a little rusty.
And
Fantasy wise,
I'm taking Smith just because of the other fact that the offense. Look at the offensive lines this year. If the Eagles' offensive line stays healthy, they're a top 5 offensive line, in my
yeah.
opinion.
The
The
only
Bears or the Bengals, rather, I think they have one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Like maybe bottom 5. Tyler
He's made.
Lockett, my bad. Whatever. Like it.
Yeah. That's a tough question. I think Chase is going to be a little rusty. I think the fact that you just didn't put shoulder pads on for a whole season, and then you're just going to come into the NFL with a hard offensive line, a quarterback that's coming off of a bad ACL injury.
just everything against you, honestly.
But then when it comes to Devontae Smith, how well is Jalen Hurts going to be throwing the football? Now, we say that Jalen Hurts is going to have a top 10 fantasy season quarterback-wise, but how well is he going to throw the football?
Mhm.
So, I don't know. I'd stay away from both of them, to be completely honest with you.
Yep. Because I feel like Hurts will kind of throw it at anybody. He's not really going to – I mean, Smith will be the wide receiver 1, and he will most likely get double-teamed if Goddard is not getting double-teamed. Whereas you have Tyler Boyd.
T.
AJ
Higgins.
Green's not on the team anymore, is he?
Nah, he's on the Cardinals. They got
Cardinals.
T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
Higgins.
So
I don't think Chase has that wide receiver 1 aspect to him just yet. He may, but he's like a fringe wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 right now. So he could serve as a better pick just because of that aspect that he won't get double teamed each game. But you really also got to think about what division they're in.
Yeah.
Like they got the AFC North.
Yeah, Browns. They got Ravens.
They're all good defenses. They're all
great
very good
secondaries too. Great secondaries. You got
Whereas
Marlon Humphrey. Yeah, look at us.
Our shitty little division we got here. Our shitty little ghost we have here. We got Ronald Darby. We got I don't even know who we get. They have what one.
Their secondary's all right. They got James Bradbury.
James Bradbury.
He's a great
corner.
corner.
Have him. And who do we got? Who the hell is on
Trayvon Diggs. Come on, put some respect on the name.
They need to bring out Sean Lee out of retirement. Something.
Yeah, I don't know. Real quick, because I know you have that T-shirt on. It brought me to a little thing. PhillyDrinkers.com/pages/A2D radio. They have a fire Gardner Minshew T-shirt.
Yes, sir.
They got the handlebars. They got the mullet.
Mania.
They got the headband. They got the A2D emblem. That's a must purchase. Matter of fact, I'm purchasing it right now as this week. I will be purchasing that T-shirt. Go to PhillyDrinkers.com. Support the page. Get that fire of a T-shirt. Gardner Minshew, will he be starting by week 7?
No,
he won't be. But it was a great pickup. It was a great pickup for him to be our backup quarterback because Joe Flacco ain't doing nothing.
No.
Wow, Mr. Wing, that was a heck of a comment. I felt like I just read a novel with this comment. Jalen Hurts will be year 4, Steve 1. Book it. We'll likely get knocked out, and Flacco takes us to the Super Bowl. What about Gardner? Put some respect on Gardner Minshew's name. Minshew Mania, baby. All right, real quick. Defenses. You got maybe 4 legitimate defenses that you could draft that will consistently give you points on a weekly basis. Buccaneers is one of them.
Yep.
Yeah, they will play the Saints 2 times, but I think they shut down the Falcons. I think they'll shut down the Panthers. So that's 4 games where you're automatically guaranteed games where you get shut out. Those types of defenses will win you championships. It's a matter of drafting them in the right time at the right position.
Yep. And really with the defense, I never really took it too seriously because it's funny because I did this last year and I try to look at each week and find out who is playing the Jets. Who's playing the Jets? Is it this team? Okay, I'll pick this defense up. And they end up always doing great, and it always works out for me. So I know I can't do that every draft, but that's why the Colts defense last year, that helped a lot. That was one of the best defenses.
Sorry. Jamison Crowder, now that you said the Jets, I think he's going to be a big sleeper.
Oh, yeah.
If Zach Wilson is a quarterback that everybody made him out to be on draft night, I think Jamison Crowder has a huge season. He had a huge season last year with just the slop around him.
Yep.
So you put Zach Wilson around him, maybe Jameson can go off. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's a great point. If you could get the Bills, the Patriots, you got to start taking defenses a little more seriously because those 4 positions will win you championships. Kickers, defense, tight end, quarterback. If you have 4 solid, elite talent at those positions, you'll win a championship. Enough said.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah. It was a great show, guys. The Phillies did what they had to do. Hopefully the Dodgers close this out. They're up 5-0 right now, top of the 5th. 2 outs, first and second. Like we said, 3.5 games out. If the status stays up, we are already 2.5 out of the wild card. It's going to be a fun September. Next week, live fantasy draft show for A2D, 8-man draft. Me, Evan, Tommy, Ryan, Ralphie, Frank, all those guys. Greg, I think Jake's a part of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jake.
I think so.
There are 8 of us. It'll be a hell of a show, fun show. You'll see all the fantasy football you need to see come Monday night next week. If you have any drafts throughout the week next week, make sure you tune into that. It's going to be a huge show. Remember, the show is brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Full line of wellness products, balance, recovery, hemp, offer topicals, hemps, all of that stuff. Use promo code A2D at bodycheckwellness.com. You get 25% off your order. So check them out. Guys, it was a fun show. We will see you next week. Go Birds. Go Phils.
So.